All right, Gladys, warm welcome. You also forsaken the warmth from Marseille for the Swedish winter.
Yeah.
We're very grateful. The stage is yours.
Yeah. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very, very happy to be there because when I went to London, I think I could be here every year. And so I'm very, very happy to be there again. So Paul Poulin asked me to be there to present you the new UE design. You have a pretty preview from Jonathan with this presentation, but we will travel in time with this presentation to make the problem with the no, you hear me? Yeah. So I will present the works will be made to arrive to the new UE design in Koa. So all of you knows that Koa was created in 2000, but perhaps there's people that didn't know this view, this picture. I didn't since 2 weeks when I prepare it. So if you are nostalgic and you want to see it again, we found it in the web archive. And it's useful. You can play with it and you can make search. So, very back in time. The interface has evolved over time and being more user, more friendly, completed. You can go to the webarchive.org too to play with it. But since 2012, so about 10 years, it's remained fully constant since 3.8 version of Koa. So I think most of you knew this one. And it's now developed by an international community, as we can see here, implementing 7,000 libraries in all countries of the world, I guess. So it was time to give it a little makeover. So the idea was born during a Hackfest in Marseille. So there are very, very much work in Marseille, as Paul said, and it was one of these workshops. So I was at this workshop, and we just want a proof of concept, and we manipulating some CSS just to see if it would be easy to make over to make a little makeover to Koa. So as it was just a proof of concept, it didn't go any further, but that convinced the community, including Paul Poulin, that it would be great to make over, and it would be a good thing. So it became more concrete when Bibli decided to sponsor the graphic redesign. His name is Thibaut Petit, so French. And so Paul made the announcement to the community in December 2021, and formed a group, just a little group. There was not too much people in it, but they met a few times by video conference in January and February, and they decided some specifications that should be respected, that were not to change the ergonomics of Koa too much. Users must find their way around. I hope that if you already use it, you agree with it. Keep the Koa graphic charter, the logo, the colors, and it only concerns the professional interface, but not the opaque, because it's already personalized with CSS by the librarians already. And it must be accessible. It's very, very nowadays. So the project started, and the first proposal were made and presented to the community. It was on a Google Doc, to be the more accessible to countries that want to participate. I try to click on the link. I hope it will be okay with the screen. Yeah. Oh. Ah, internet. Sorry. Hop. Share the web. So, it's online too. I made a PDF, but it's online too. Up, just time to connect. Oh, I'll be on my phone. I think it's okay. Thank you. My presentation is short, so I have time to connect to Wi-Fi. Yeah, here we are. So it's online. You can go there. Okay. But you can't add comments because it's down. But as you can see, all the people all around the world have seen what Thibaut Petit done. So existing interface, the colors, and the first proposition with buttons for this. Yeah, and the first screen. So people can react in every slide. So some people just say awesome or plus. I agree with it. But there were some comments that they say maybe it's too small. We want it bigger. I don't like the area of things, but as you can see, it's almost the same of the old interface, and we have to call it old interface. I know we are a lot of users of the old interface again. And so it changed the slides. He changed his proposal. And when it was okay for most of them, I go back to my slides. Yep. So when it was validated by the group, we moved to the development, and it's a BibLib intern, Solène Deveau, so French again, who has done the work with our mentor Julien Maurice. And he's in Marseille now in the Hackfest. He's working on it again. So they have an URL for made the CSS in Koa, and I see you because it changed again. There were some corrections that were made because between a picture and a website, sometimes it's different. You have a different look on it. So that's a version you won't have. Same login. But yeah, there were buttons in this version. And sorry again, what my slide is here. So the corrections were made, were ported to the new interface and submitted to the community. And now it's yours. So We have a demo, Bibli, but there are several demos of Koha you can use. But I just want to show you two things. So the first, it's the first screen. If you want to play with it, test. So hard to remember. So it's in French, first time. I switch in English. Yeah. So, as you can see in this version and this one, the people, the group, decide to be more similar to the old interface. So you should use it easily because all the things, the buttons is similar. There are some difference, just a little bit, and it's in the cataloging where the tools have been added to this screen. And I think in the new versions, it will be like a rule to come tools in the interface, and not only in the, as you know, in the tool screen. Yeah. So I'll play just a little with it. So very similar. No things. Yeah. Can see people. Dupont Marcel. It's so French examples. Yeah. So the same, just the colors have changed. There are some buttons new, I think, like configure, that was in tools only, and now is in the screen. So as I said, there's some just buttons that will be in that was in tools and now are directly in the right screens. But if I edit, I'm not lost. And yes, I go to pattern, circulation. Yeah. And I'll go back to customers who have loans. Yeah, Dupont Marcel. If I go on checkout, again, see, there are no holds, but claims, restrictions, all the same. Okay, with just the design is newer, more fashion, but we can be very old-fashioned very soon. So I think it will be nice for the Koha community to think about it every year now, and not waiting about 10 years to change the interface. So we can't be old-fashioned, and we'll be new fashion always. Yeah, I think the best way to discover it, if you don't, it's to go on the demo and to play with it. But I have a question before you ask me questions. If there are people here that already use this interface, don't be shy. Yeah? And what do you think about it? To jump to the old and the new?
I think everyone was satisfied with the result. The only concern was that the uppermost bar was considered to be too small, and we have been twitching that a little bit.
Okay, with CSS? You do
Pardon?
it. You do it with CSS for you?
Yes.
Yeah. As it's responsive, I could zoom, but
We've started to use the new interface in our developing system, not live yet, but we have a few comments as Pegasus with the top menu and also with some of the gray colors of the text.
okay.
And also with some of the links are green, so it's a bit hard to see sometimes that it's working.
So you can tell it to the community. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's as I say, yes, it's done, but it's a progress for Koa. We can correct it. Yeah.
But it looks fresh and new.
Yeah. Because there are some steps, as I say, the picture, the website demo, and then when you use it. And that's the most important moment to fix things now. Not so responsive, I see. Well, bug. So, okay. You're all angry.
Okay.
It's time for lunch. Yeah.